What do we got, my dude? Let's do this.
At the very
For all
least.
you listeners,
Let's do it.
topic number 1, baby.
What is it?
Oh, I don't know. I thought you were going to tell me.
Oh, okay.
Go for it.
We don't rehearse, guys. So
We don't
okay.
rehearse. Nobody has time for rehearsal.
All right, so it looks like after a few months of being, going into hiding, it looks like Will Smith is coming back into the spotlight. Yeah, especially after the Oscars, but the Oscars incident, the slap heard around the world, right? When he slapped Chris Rock on stage, he got a little slap on the wrist after that, and the Academy, barred him from participating for like 10 years, right? And he kind of, laid low for a while, but it looks like he's coming back. Deadline's reporting that he's coming back. He's returning for a movie called Brilliance. So here's the quote from Deadline. Charmine Obiad-Chinoy, who worked on Miss Marvel, will make her narrative feature directorial debut on Brilliance, the Paramount Pictures adaptation of Marcus Sakay novel. The film has been a passion project for Will Smith and Akiva Goldsman, who did I, Robot, I Am Legend, and Hancock together. The hope remains that the film is a star vehicle for Smith, although sources said he hasn't committed to star. Akiva Goldsman wrote the script. The premise: 1% of the world's children are born with powerful gifts and are called brilliance. The government keeps track of them. Will Smith's character is a federal agent who tracks down bad brilliance with his own brilliant abilities. Take a shot for every time I said brilliance.
God,
or form
darn.
of brilliant.
Yeah.
So, this is interesting. Will Smith potentially coming back, and I say potentially because it says he hasn't really committed to star, and I wonder if that has to do with maybe he's feeling out still what's, what the temperature is of everybody after the whole incident, the whole, debacle at the Oscars.
But Raul.
But this is interesting. Yes.
Raul, did he come back, or was he never there to begin with? So I've been trying to use that button for like so long now. I've had it this entire time we've had this show.
That's a new one.
Today's the first day I finally get to use that.
You've had that sound effect since the first show?
Yes, I've been trying to find a reason to set it up, but now I have it. But yes, this movie sounds it's interesting. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still a little bit iffy about whether or not it's Will Smith's time to come back. Like, is it too soon? Is it not soon enough?
I mean, it sounds like it's very early development right now. I'm sure by the time the movie comes out, maybe some of this will kind of blow over. I mean, it will have been a couple years by then because, that's generally around the time a film takes to get made and come out. Let's see, a couple years from now, do you think this might blow over?
What year is this going to come out in? Do we know?
We don't know, but it looks like...
You're right. Yeah, that's right, because they only just announced that this was happening, so maybe they don't have a set date just yet. But
the script is already written, it looks like, says Deadline. But yeah, it doesn't look like there's any set date that they've announced as of now.
Raul, do you want to see Will Smith in another movie right now? Like right now, this year, if it came out like next month, would you want to watch this?
I mean, yeah, if it's good. I mean, I'm not one of the people who are like, calling on Will Smith to end his career. You know what I mean? It's just one of those unfortunate incidents. I don't know. Who knows what people are going through? I mean, it wasn't cool what he did. It was totally not cool. In my opinion, we haven't really talked about this incident at all, really. But in my opinion, Chris Rock was up there doing his job. He was doing what he was supposed to be doing. And Will Smith came up on stage, interrupted him while he was doing his job, and assaulted him, basically, in front of everybody. And it wasn't cool. If he had a problem with Chris Rock, that's the kind of stuff, you do in private. You pull him off to the side. You reach out to him. Hey, say, hey, that wasn't really cool. But do we want him to quit acting? Are we calling on him to stop acting altogether? I mean, I think that's ridiculous.
Well, does it leave a bad taste in your mouth when you see Will Smith right now on camera or in a film or in a TV show? Like, if he were to appear next month, would you be like, ugh, or would you be like, nah, man, I'm into the story. It'll get me out of it.
I'll say, for me right now, yes. I think right now, I still can't separate him from this incident right now. I mean, it was earlier this year. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard. At least for me, it would be hard to separate him from this incident because there's still, you know, it's still so fresh in our heads. So I'm thinking, and I'm a big Will Smith fan. I love Will Smith. I think he's a phenomenal actor. So I'm thinking, hopefully, by the time this movie does come out, it sounds like it could be fun. It kind of reminds me of like what is it? Blade Runner. It sounds like kind of like a Blade Runner, Blade Runner, but instead of replicants, it's people with powers. So it sounds like it could be a cool concept. And
It's just X-Men. It's X-Men.
basically
The
just
1%. Look, it's the 1% of people with random mutational powers, and there's a guy going after him, and he himself has those powers too. That's
Right.
Professor Xavier and
Basically.
Logan looking for other mutants, trying to find them to go back to their school or something. I mean, maybe he probably kills them because he's trying to go after all the bad ones,
Yeah,
quote unquote.
that's what he's
But
doing. Yeah, again, it's like
to
Blade
me,
Runner.
it sounds like it's gonna be one of those like Will Smith. It's his job to go after these mutant, brilliant people, and then when he finds them, he ends up realizing that they're good people. This is my impression of Will Smith. He finds out that they're actually like good people. They're not
Oh,
actually trying
hell
to kill
no!
anybody. Yeah, right. Like I feel like I
That
already
was a
see it in
terrible
my head.
impression.
That was a beautiful impression. Very,
Well, thank
you know
you.
what? That deserves a cheer. Good
Oh,
job, man. That
no,
was
it
good.
does not.
Very
Please
good.
don't encourage that.
Oh, who said that? Oh, somebody said that.
Yeah, there you go. That sounds
But
more like it.
I think knowing Will Smith and the way he likes to market himself usually, like I don't see him being the guy who just goes after these people to kill them and that's it. There's got to be a twist to it. He himself is one of those people. He's going to have to feel for them as well. Like there's probably going to be a moment where they're going to turn on him and he's going to be like, ah. But also, when all is said and done, it does say here that he hasn't like committed to the role yet.
Right.
But he and Akiva Goldsman who had been working on all those other movies together.
Mm-hmm.
It was their dream project to work on that. So like, I don't know, like
It was a good relation. It's been a good relationship. I like iRobot. And what else did he? I Am Legend. That was a decent movie. Hancock. It was okay. But I think iRobot was one of my favorites of those three films that they listed. So I'm looking forward to this. And like we said, yeah, he hasn't committed yet, but I'm thinking he's kind of waiting to feel things out. So
yeah, well, I mean, I don't think it's just Will Smith though, dude. I think it's like the movie company that's trying to get this movie up because they're like, do we want Will Smith to be this character right now and star in this movie after all the drama that he's brought with him so far? Or are we, like what you just said, they're testing the waters to see, like, is this really going to be worth doing? So it's not, so it probably is Will Smith thinking that stuff, but also the company behind him is like, shit.
yeah, I wonder how much of it is that, oh, Will Smith hasn't committed. How much of it is that, or how much of it is, it's not that, it's so much the studio has not committed to hiring Will Smith yet.
Yeah.
Or including him in the project, even though him and Akiva Goldsman, this is their baby project. But
oh yeah,
we'll see. I think in a couple of years, by the time this movie comes out, hopefully we'll all have cooled on Will Smith in this whole situation. So
do you think one more thing before we move on to the next topic here is, do you think Will Smith has to rebrand himself as a person or as how he presents himself on film from now on after everything that's happened to him, or do you think he's going to try to go back to the way things were?
I mean, try to go back to the way things were, meaning what
like,
exactly?
Presenting himself as the celebrity actor that he is when he's on camera. Like he's always the cool guy that everybody wants to hang out with kind of character. He's always trying to do the serious dramas and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, I think that's the intention. I think he'd like to go back to that, but I do think he does have a little work to do in his personal life. Try to get some help. I don't know. It's things. Who knows what? Like again, who knows what's going on in people's heads? He may have had a bad day, and maybe he's got some stress or things going on in his personal life that he maybe needs to take care of and make sure. But yeah, I think he's got some work to do as far as gaining our trust back and things like that. But honestly, I think once he gets back in the game and starts making good movies and really cranking out killer performances, we'll probably all forget about that.
Yeah, because a win is a win, right? Like as soon as he wins, then it's all we're all gonna stop thinking about what happened before.
Moviegoers, we're kind of fickle on that. It's
Yeah.
like you can see somebody, you see somebody kind of go off the rails, and then we all get mad at them for a little while, but then they come back and they do incredible work, and we just forget about all that, right? We just kind of move
Yeah.
on.
So I think like 2 years from now, I'm sure we're all gonna be in a better mindset to like let him come on back in so we could watch him and hope he's recovered from everything he's been through, and hopefully we have too.
Yeah.